In this video, we will look at Chapter 14, Section 5, which is volume of pyramids and cones. So first thing we want to do is to update our formula chart. So here's what we have so far from our last section, the last sections that we've done. And we need to add our volume formulas. So in this chapter, we're looking at the volume of a pyramid and the volume of a cone. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 area of the base times the height. Now, one of the things I really love to do with this in my classes when we can is to actually take the figure of a prism that has the same base as our pyramid and show that we can actually pour exactly 3 of these pyramids into a prism. It's a pretty fun thing to watch because that surface area, that surface tension on the water, if you use water, is what holds it together because it really is exactly 3. Same thing with a cone. So if you have a cone and you have a cylinder that's the same, if you take 3 cones that have the same base as a cylinder and the same height too, of course, you can pour 3 of them into that cylinder. So the volume of a cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder, and the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the volume of a prism. That. A pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Cone is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Note that volume is based on height, not on lateral or slant height, like surface area for a pyramid or cone. So here we want the height, the actual height, not the slant height. Okay, let's look at a few examples. Okay, problem number 1 on page 586. Problem 1 is finding the volume of a pyramid. In this case, we're looking at the pyramid for the Louvre. That's French, and I probably said it wrong. In Paris, France. So square pyramid with a height of 12.64 meters. What is the approximate volume of the Louvre pyramid? All right, so we have a square pyramid. And it has a height of 21.64 meters. And the side is 35.4 meters. So what is our volume? Okay, so the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Our base is going to be equal to side squared. So our volume is 1/3 side squared times h, which is 1/3 times 35.4 squared times the height, which is 21.64. If we put that in the calculator, we will get 1 divided by 3 times 35.4 squared times 21.64, 9,039 meters cubed. For the volume of that pyramid. Okay, problem number 2. Find what's the volume in cubic feet of a square pyramid with base edges of 40 feet and a slant height of 25? Okay, so what is the volume of a square pyramid with a side length, a base edges of 40 feet and slant height of 25 feet. Okay, so here's where that important detail that we don't want the slant height, we want the height for our pyramid to get the volume. So how are we going to get the volume of our pyramid, or the slant height of the pyramid? Well, this is 40, and this side right here is 25. So if we were to make a right angle, a right triangle, this would be our height, this would be half the side, and that would be our slant height. So I'm going to draw that right triangle right here. This is going to be 20. This will be 25. And this will be our height. I recognize this as a special, one of our special Pythagorean triples. This is 4 times 5. This is 5 times 5. So that means that this should be 3 times 5, which is 15. So 15. That is our height. And once we have our height, remember that the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. And our base here is side squared, and we know our side is 40. So this is going to be equal to 1/3 times 40 squared times 15, which is going to be 40 squared is 1600, and 1/3 of 15 is 5. So 5 times 1600 is going to be 8,000. And our units are feet, feet cubed. Okay, our next problem is going to be finding the volume of a cone. Okay, so we have there we go. We have a TP shaped in a cone, and it rests, it comes together like all the poles of our TP come together as concurrent lines. The resulting structure approximates a cone. So if this TP is 12 feet high and has a diameter of 14 feet, what is the approximate volume? So we have a height of 12 feet and a diameter of 14. A height of 12.